Alright, here we're looking at red belt technique. Again, it's just a collection of the fundamental skills we get. This first part is on neutral position, and the first takedown we're going to look at here is a heel pick. We're going to look at hitting a heel pick from a collar tie and from a football tie or a front head.
Collar tie, I catch my wrist. What I want, if I'm a right-hand collar tie, again, my left foot is forward. When I'm watching you do this, I want to see you drive this hand towards the foot, crush this head down. As you're doing that, I want you to pull everything down, catch the back of the knee. My left knee is going towards the mat. And I drive over that leg, throw them past. So again, the key points we're looking at here, I'm pulling everything down, I'm driving my left foot forward, and we can do this with motion and everything, making him step, driving into it. As I drive it down, I'm just gonna take my hand to the heel, let go of this hand, catch his heel, crush his head down, my elbows pointed towards the mat. I'm gonna drop to my left knee, try to get as low as I possibly can on his heel, not his leg, his heel, wrapping my arm to the mat, driving him over that foot. I need to put all the weight on that foot and then catch it and push him over. This works really well. Learning how to do it, not just from a collar tie, but from a football tie. So if I come here, I'm controlling this, I start getting his head down, I can let go of his wrist, catch his chin right here, and now I'm going to crush, as I drop to the heel, I'm going to crush his whole head down that way. So I'm crushing my elbow tight against his side, so his head's not peeking out that way. I want to keep it on this side. I'm going to crush it down, drive my left knee to the foot, catch the back of the heel, and drive him over. So again, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm going to get my football tie, boom, right here. My elbow is pointed down, his head is pinched under my chest. I'm going to drive my left knee to his foot, catch the back of his heel, and push his...
Our next takedown is a snap down to a front head to a near side cradle.
If we're wrestling here, and I'm looking for this angle, and I'm trying to get it, he's moving his feet back to protect his feet. All I'm going to do is pull this hand to the mat and pull his head underneath my chest. As I do that, I'm going to keep my right leg back. I'm going to change from the top of his head to his chin. So I'm going to go, I'm trying to get his ankle, he moves him back. I'm going to pull his head down, pull his arm down, change to his chin, pull him down to the mat. If I can get his elbow in, that's even better. From here, I'm going to go chin and chin, look for a near side cradle. So I'm heavy here, pushing him into the mat, listen to him sweat, step through, grab his shin, drive at a T. He's on his hip right now, his head's down. I'm going to lock my cradle. And there's lots of ways you can finish the cradle. The important thing is one elbow is in his neck, the other elbow in his knee. And I can stack it right here by passing this leg up into my hip and then driving my elbow and my knee into the mat over his head. I'm going to use my head as a kickstand on the far side. So I drive this down, stick my head out as far as it can go, and pivot, tripod right there, 3 points of contact, while everything's crushed into his face. So again, ideally, we want to finish on top of him, but there are other ways we can finish this cradle. So I bring him down to the mat, I catch his chin, I listen to him sweat, I catch his shin with this big step, and now I'm going to drive through at a T. He goes down, I lock my cradle, one elbow in the neck, one elbow in the knee. From here, I can hook the near leg and drive it back. Try and figure four this and walk. From here, I can also hook this bottom leg and basket and keep it all locked up. But again, real simply, if I'm tight right here, I need to turn his back over. So from here, I need this shoulder to pop out so I can push it with my chest. So if I'm not going to hook anything with the legs and I just want to pin them here, I'm going to pull my elbows while keeping them tight towards my hips, up towards my chest. That'll pop his shoulder out. I catch it with my chest. This side tucks underneath. I push his shoulder with my chest down to the mat and pin him there.
Next we're going to look at a sweep single, and we can hit this from a collar tie or various different types of arm drags.
Knee pull single right here the same way. If I have a collar tie, my left foot's forward. If I'm trying to get this, that leg might come up really close. I might be able to drive him to that heel and crush everything down, but he's going to hold on to my elbow like a good partner here. I'm going to catch his leg. I'm going to pull my head to the inside of his leg, let go of his head, pull my elbow to the ground, step this corner right here, so I can be here, just like our drill. Step, head's on the inside, drop this hand around the backside. Here, if I'm below his knees, if I can catch both legs below the knees, he can't sprawl, I drive him down, crawl up his body. So we can hit our knee pull single in a lot of different ways. When we're wrestling here, I pull it into a football tie, same kind of deal. If I'm trying to attack this and just like passing it into a double leg, or I'm trying to catch an ankle pick and drive it that way, if I'm attacking this side, he might move that leg back. He's trying to circle out. I catch this leg, I'm going to let his head go and drop around the corner and finish right there. I can do this same kind of thing with an arm drag. So if I'm attacking these wrists here, if I grab a hold of his wrist, like if he's posting on me, I grab his wrist off, I pull it down to the mat here, and a lot of times I'll just try and run this corner around. I pull it down, I'm going to step this corner, slide on my knee, head's going to go inside this hole right here, I'm going to knee spin the corner here, and then finish in low. So again, he's posted on my head, I catch it, I bring it to the mat, right here, I'm going to wrap this leg, throw my head in the inside, and spin that corner. Like if I posted here, I'm trying to collar tie and he takes my wrist off, I can do the same thing, come up and drag, step outside. Now I can finish like a double, I can finish like a high crotch. Again, I'm going to do a knee pull here. So he takes my hand off his head, I'm going to catch, step outside, bring my head inside towards the inside of his leg, spin off my outside step knee here, and then finishing our single on the mat. One more time with our arm drag, knee pull here, catch, drag it right down to that leg. Big thing with drags, as I drag, whether it's a chop drag or anything like that, if I'm controlling a wrist, I want to pull it down and across his body, put weight towards it, and then I can spin, or I can just...
Now we're going to look at hitting a duck under.
As a tie-up, but there'll be times where he grabs onto our head really tight and we get stuck here. I want to be forehead to forehead if at all possible. That's what I want. So from here, again, our left foot's forward. There's different things we can do. We can duck under this, and I'm not going to like shove his elbow, because if I shove his elbow like this, he knows I'm going to try and duck under, and he's just going to pinch his elbow tight. So both of these moves are a little bit more subtle. So right here, if I'm going to duck under, just like our duck under drill, I'm going to grab his elbow, open the window a little bit, I'm going to step underneath, and then I'm pivoting, chasing the corner, trying to control something on the other side. In the meantime, I'm staying really heavy on his head, pulling it down as hard as I can, trying to take him to the mat and choke right there. So again, we're fighting here. I get a collar tie, he fights it off, comes to my head, I can just duck under. All I'm going to do is step, get my head in the back side of his armpit. From there, I'm turning around this corner. I can attack to the knee and below and take him down the mat here, or I can just chase around the corner like our drill, moving our feet.
Our final takedown here is a shrug.
If I'm here, and he grabs my head right here, I want to look at my watch, move my forehead to his forehead, so I'm going to straighten my arm. My left leg's going to be forward. I'm going to look across his body. I'm going to punch this off of my neck and through this hole. Then I'm going to keep this really tight and bring him down to the mat. So sometimes if I'm trying this ankle kick, if I don't get high enough, he's going to grab my head and push me away. From there, I'm going to check my watch, knock it off, bring him down to the mat. One more time. If I'm here, I'm trying to pull him, fight there.